Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we take your insights and really try to uncover those hidden connections.
Yeah, the ones shaping our world.
Exactly. And today, we're embarking on a pretty fascinating journey, I think. We're drawing from a whole stack of incredible sources.
Everything from daily practices, ancient wisdom.
Right, all the way to these really deep personal case studies. It's quite a mix. Our mission really is to explore the impact, the profound impact of our actions, our intentions, maybe even our earliest beliefs.
Yeah, how they affect our lives and, well, the world around us too.
We'll be unpacking concepts like merit, karma, the big ones,
And how individual choices don't just shape personal destinies.
but can actually influence the fate of whole nations, according to these sources.
What's really striking, I find, is how these different sources, they're so varied, right?
Totally different origins sometimes,
But they seem to converge on this one central theme,
which is
the power of our inner world, how it can kind of transform our outer reality.
profound.
We'll try to connect the dots between what seem like small daily habits.
Brushing your teeth kind of small. Or,
Well, maybe more like meditation habits, positive
yeah.
thinking, that sort of thing, and connect those to the grand tapestry of a whole life journey.
Wow.
And even, as the sources put it, across many lifetimes.
Right. Get ready for some, hopefully, aha moments, maybe some surprising facts, too. Because this deep dive, it's really about giving you a shortcut to being well-informed.
With just enough intrigue to keep you hooked, hopefully.
Let's hope so. Okay, let's unpack this. So to start, let's dive into some foundational wisdom. Okay.
Sounds good.
Many of our sources, they keep bringing up this simple but kind of powerful mantra, 072.
072.
Yeah, it's not just a number. It stands for this idea, this quite radical idea, that even in deep darkness, one can attain the Dharma.
Dharma meaning truth, the path.
Essentially, yeah, the ultimate truth or the path to enlightenment. So what does that actually mean for us day to day?
Well, it raises a really important question, doesn't it? What is this field of merit they talk about cultivating?
Exactly. How do we, grow that field?
The sources give some key examples, and they differentiate between different levels.
Okay.
So you've got things like the Dhammakaya stupa. That's a sacred structure representing the body of truth of the Buddha. That's seen as a field of merit for, like, the whole world.
Right. Big scale.
Then there's the Mahakalimani stupa. That's more for the celestial realm, for heaven.
Okay, getting closer.
Closer to home, yeah. The Buddha in the home, like an image or statue, that's a field of merit for your family.
Makes sense.
But then, most importantly, and they say most powerfully, is the Buddha in oneself.
Ah, okay. Inside us.
Inside us. That's our personal field of merit. And this idea connects directly to that phrase.
When we enlighten, the world enlightens too.
Exactly. It suggests we all have this inherent capacity for spiritual growth, and it's expansive. It affects everything.
I love that phrase. When we enlighten, the world enlightens too. It really makes you think about those daily actions, doesn't it? Because our sources, they actually outline 10 essential homework items. Daily stuff.
Homework. Sounds a bit daunting.
Huh. Yeah, maybe. But they're not just chores, right? They're presented as pathways, ways to cultivate that inner light.
Okay, so what are some of these practices? How do they work?
Well, they're designed to weave that spiritual awareness into just everyday life.
Practical stuff.
Yeah. Like you're encouraged to share merit with your family when you get home.
Okay, how do you do that? Just see it.
The sources suggest a conscious dedication, yeah. And things like recording your meditation results, keeping track.
Accountability.
And recalling all the merit you've gathered just before you sleep.
Setting the mind state.
Right. The goal is to get into this mental state where you sleep and wake up in what they call a sea of merit.
The sea of merit. Interesting image.
Isn't it? And other things, like uniting your mind with the Buddha image, really focusing.
Visualization.
Yeah, and even feeling yourself as if you are in the image.
Okay, that's deeper.
Taking 1 minute of stillness every hour, just 1 minute.
Manageable.
Recalling the Buddha image during all your activities, walking, working, whatever.
Constant mindfulness.
And this one's simple but powerful. Consciously maintaining a positive atmosphere with smiles.
The smiling thing.
Yeah, they really emphasize smiling. It's almost like, are you smiling? The world is smiling too.
A bit like a feedback loop.
Exactly, like presenting yourself fully, joyfully.
The crucial thing here, I think, is how these daily practices, they seem to lay the groundwork.
For what?
For understanding the deeper spiritual truths. The sources ask point blank, why are we born?
That's a small question.
Just a tiny one. And the answer they give is pretty profound.
Which is?
To attain nirvana, accumulate merit, and build perfections.
Okay. Nirvana, merit, perfections.
And get this, the path to nirvana, it's located inside us.
Where? Exactly.
At the 7th base of the body, 2 finger breadths above the navel.
Very specific.
Very specific. And it's achieved simply through stilling the mind.
Stilling the mind sounds easy, probably isn't.
Well, they present it as practical, accessible, not just theory.
Okay. That leads us nicely into the broader framework they talk about for living a truly blessed life.
Right, the 10 perfections and the 38 blessings of life.
Yeah, those 10 perfections are these fundamental virtues, right? Generosity,
Morality, renunciation, wisdom,
diligence, patience, truthfulness.
resolution, loving kindness, and equanimity. The big 10.
And they're not just like ancient, dusty concepts. They're meant to be actionable guides.
How so?
Well, the sources mention something called a Mongkol Sutta exam, like a test to help people apply these principles.
Interesting. Practical application.
Yeah, and we hear about this youth representative, Aiko, tutoring people on these perfections and also on warm family principles.
Warm family.
Yeah, it's got 7 key sections, apparently. It just shows how this wisdom is meant to apply to all parts of life.
And it seems to resonate.
Apparently so. Even attracting high-ranking officials like governors to participate in these studies, which is pretty impressive. Okay, now let's shift gears a bit. Let's get into this really captivating case study.
Ah, yes. The one called Gold Behind the Buddha Image, More Immortal Than Diamonds.
Great title. And this is where, the rubber meets the road, where we see these principles, merit, karma playing out in real lives, interconnected lives.
Yeah, this section, I think, will give you some real aha moments. It introduces this elderly person, the author of the case study.
Okay.
And he spent, over 60 years traveling the world, often with no money at all.
Wow. How did he manage?
That's the thing. He always received help, which raises the question, right? What past actions, what kind of karma leads to that sort of consistent support?
Good question. What do the sources say?
They reveal his past merit. Things like consistently supporting relatives who were in need.
Okay, generosity.
And making timely offerings. Seasonal fruits, the first rice harvest, Kathina robes.
What are Kathina robes?
They're special robes offered to monks at the end of the rainy season retreat. It's considered a very powerful act of merit-making in this tradition.
Ah, okay. Timely, specific offerings.
Exactly. And crucially, he also supported the spread of the Buddha Dharma, specifically this Dhammakaya wisdom they mentioned, across different kingdoms way back in a past eon.
So long-term investment in sharing wisdom?
Precisely. But then we hear about this female national leader, described as a beauty queen, very intelligent, globally wealthy. She even built temples with the author.
Sounds like she had it all.
On the surface, yeah. But her past life is complex. She was the daughter of a bandit leader.
Oh, okay. Bit of a twist.
Yeah. And one day she offered food that was actually meant for her father and his gang. So stolen goods, essentially.
Right.
She offered it to a Pachika Buddha.
A Pachika Buddha? What's that?
It's a type of Buddha who attains enlightenment alone, but doesn't teach others. Still, an incredibly powerful being to make an offering to.
Okay, so good offering, dubious source.
Exactly. And here's the critical part. She prayed for beauty and wealth.
And she got it, seemingly.
She did. But she did not pray for the attainment of Dharma, for enlightenment.
Ah, so the intention behind the offering matters too.
Hugely. Her present beauty, wealth, leadership, they all stem from that powerful offering.
But there's a but, isn't there?
There's a but, because the offerings came from impure means, the looted goods.
Right.
Her fortune, while it flourishes for a time, is described as inherently unstable. It's destined to decline.
So this idea that the source of the offering, not just the recipient, impacts the stability of the karma, that's quite something, isn't it? Does it suggest a kind of spiritual integrity test?
That's a great way to put it, a spiritual integrity test. The crucial takeaway here is exactly that. While the object of merit, the Pacheka Buddha, is supreme, the source of the offering deeply influences the stability, longevity of the result.
So even good deeds can have a tainted outcome if the means aren't pure.
Precisely. Her story is a clear illustration. The means definitely impact the end result in this karmic framework. And what's also fascinating is learning about the author's own past.
The one traveling the world.
Yeah. Turns out, in a distant past eon, he was a Tisapamoka Hiranya.
Which means?
The sources describe it as a highly respected, renowned spiritual teacher, A master teacher, essentially.
Ah, okay. So that explains his natural inclination now to teach and advise people.
Exactly. It's a past life connection showing up.
Yep.
And we see this pattern repeat.
Okay. But what happens when you mix huge amounts of merit with, well, less wholesome actions?
Ah, yes. The author's Thai adopted son. A fascinating and maybe cautionary counterpoint.
Tell me about him.
He's described as brilliant, very successful in governance, in business, globally famous even.
Sounds impressive.
But he's currently facing many family, work, and personal issues. Lots of problems.
Okay. Why? What's the karmic story?
Well, his past life gives us the clues. He was also a wealthy student of the author, back when the author was that master teacher.
Another student connection.
Right. And this son, he faithfully served and learned it. And guided by his teacher, he made vast world-benefiting merit, building schools, hospitals, huge positive impact.
Thus far, so good.
This merit led him to be reborn as a king in a later life.
Powerful result.
Very. But as king, he expanded his kingdom by using divide and conquer tactics to easily take over neighboring lands.
That's ruthless tactics.
Ruthless tactics that caused a lot of distress to others in that past life and his current troubles. They're presented as the direct karmic result of those actions.
Wow. Direct payback. So what's the solution for him now?
He needs to understand the law of karma, cause and effect, continuously make merit, generosity, morality, meditation, and dedicate that merit specifically to those he wronged in the past.
Right, forgiveness.
And forgive all beings, yes. The sources say this process will alleviate his current suffering and allow his past good merits to finally shine through properly.
That's a very clear karmic equation they're laying out.
Yeah.
But, in the real world, divide and conquer is sometimes seen as, well, necessary. A ruthless but effective tactic in politics or war. Do the sources address that tension at all? Or is the spiritual law just absolute?
That's a key point. The sources consistently present the law of karma as universal, absolute. Worldly perspectives might try to rationalize certain actions, frame them as necessary evils or strategic moves.
Right.
But the spiritual perspective here focuses purely on the impact on sentient beings. Actions that cause suffering, even if perceived as strategically necessary in a worldly sense, will inevitably yield karmic consequences.
No exceptions.
No exceptions mentioned. The emphasis is always on understanding cause and effect, so you can choose actions that lead to lasting well-being for everyone involved.
Okay. Makes sense within that framework. Now, there's another adopted son mentioned, a foreign one.
Yes, the author's foreign adopted son, also quite a story. High-born senior military officer, incredibly wealthy.
How wealthy?
Owns over 2 million ray of land. Ray is a Thai unit. It's a lot of land and runs more than 20 companies. Plus, he's surrounded by good, capable people working for him.
Another successful student.
He was also a student of the author as a Chisapamokanaisen, but from a different generation.
Okay.
And he diligently followed all his teacher's advice, performed extensive public charity, real-world benefiting stuff, donated huge tracts of land for public use rest stops, schools, hospitals.
Wow. Serious generosity.
Very serious. And then he prayed specifically to be wealthy, powerful, handsome, highborn, with good subordinates.
And he got exactly that.
He got exactly that. The merit was so immense, apparently it led him to be reborn as a Divaputra, a celestial being, a god, basically.
Right up in heaven?
In the top of heaven, phase 2 specifically. And he enjoyed his heavenly rewards for so long.
Too long.
Long enough that he actually missed the previous Buddhador.
Missed the what now?
A Buddhador. An eon, a cosmic cycle, where a Buddha appears in the world. He was enjoying heaven for so long, he missed the chance to encounter the last Buddha.
Whoa. So even heavenly bliss has a potential downside.
In this context, yeah, missing a chance for enlightenment. So he's only now been reborn as a human again, and reconnected with his old teacher, the author.
That's incredible. What's his destiny now, according to the sources?
It's quite remarkable. Turns out, in an even earlier eon, he was a supply troop supporting the Sangha, the monastic community.
Okay.
And he even briefly ordained as a monk himself, way back then.
Little seeds of connection.
Exactly. So that past karma, combined with his current huge land holdings and his sincere intentions now, it positions him, the sources say, to revive Buddhism in his country on his own land.
Wow. Using his current wealth and power for spiritual good based on ancient karma.
It's a powerful example of how these karmic threads, these investments, can play out over vast stretches of time.
It really is quite a cosmic journey they're describing. From a generous student to a god in heaven, now back with this potential to revive a tradition, it really makes you consider the long game of our actions. But there's also this curious little detail about the author himself. Despite all his travels and spiritual understanding, he admits he's afraid of ghosts.
Yeah, that stood out to me too. A bit surprising, isn't it?
Very. Where does that come from?
He explained that it stems from his childhood. He grew up surrounded by spirit-worshipping traditions. Things like the Fan Phai Mo traditional Thai spirit dances, which he saw every year.
So cultural imprinting.
Exactly. The interesting thing the sources point out is that this isn't past karma causing the fear.
Not a result of past actions.
No. It's described as a conditioned fear. Something learned from his environment, ingrained from childhood experiences.
So the solution isn't some complex karmic fix.
No, it's much more direct. It's about a mental shift. He needs to consciously break the habit of fear by continuously meditating on the inner triple gem, the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha within himself as his constant refuge, his anchor.
So it really is about changing our internal narrative, our focus, rather than just reacting to what we think we see externally. Is that the idea?
Exactly. It's about consciously replacing that conditioned fear with an unwavering inner anchor. Recognizing the source of the fear is his experiences, his beliefs, not some intrinsic external threat.
Fascinating. Okay, and finally, in this sort of case study section, there's the author's dog.
Ah, Don the dog, yes.
Yeah.
His beloved 12-year-old rescue dog.
Described as incredibly smart, very affectionate.
But prone to sadness, sulking even when the author goes away.
Yeah. What's Don's backstory, karmically speaking?
Well, Don's had quite a journey, too. Turns out he was also an orphan, raised and taught by the author, back when the author was the Tisapamoko Vaskanke.
No way, another student.
Another student.
Wow.
Don had a promiscuous nature back then.
Uh-oh.
Which led to what the sources call karmic promiscuity, and that resulted in his descent into the lower realms.
Meaning?
Experiencing states of suffering described as hell, being a hungry ghost, and then repeatedly being reborn in the animal world. He's apparently been a dog for many lifetimes.
Wow. That's a tough path. Is there hope for Don?
Yes, there is. The good news is he's close to exhausting his karma as a dog. He's nearing the end of that cycle.
So what should the author do?
He's advised to make merit and dedicate it specifically to Don, and actually speak to him, tell the dog that this merit will help him be free from canine karma and eventually be reborn as a human again.
Speaking to the dog.
Yes, it shows the reach of compassion and how merit can be directed even across species, according to these sources.
Okay, we've really delved into how karma weaves through these personal stories. Wealth, fear, leadership, even the journey of a pet.
It's intricate stuff.
But the sources suggest these ripples go much further, right? Beyond the individual, shaping nations, even global peace.
That's the next step, yeah. How does this personal transformation scale up? Is there a blueprint for global peace hidden in here?
And the connection seems to come through the author's American friend.
Right. This friend, he's known for over 50 years. And, like the author, this friend also once worked closely with the national leader.
Okay.
What's fascinating is the karmic link. This friend, too, was a Tisapamoka Tantai in a past life.
Another master teacher.
Another one, though from a different school, different lineage, perhaps. And his teachings, while apparently mixed with theism, belief in a god,
Okay.
they included principles very similar to Buddhism. Things like compassion, nonviolence, forgiveness.
Common ground.
Exactly. This shared ideology for peace is presented as the deep karmic connection. It's why they can collaborate so effectively for peace, even now, in this lifetime.
And this friend actually co-founded something significant, didn't he?
Yes. Driven by this desire for global harmony, he co-founded the National Prayer Breakfast,
Ah, I've heard of that.
an initiative aimed at fostering peace among leaders from over 150 nations.
So a real-world effort rooted in this shared past life ideal of peace.
That's how the sources frame it.
And this link to global peace, it isn't just about diplomacy or meetings, is it? It comes back to inner transformation.
Absolutely. The author apparently aspires to introduce his friends, including this American friend, to meditation as taught by Luang Pu.
Luang Pu being the revered spiritual master central to these teachings.
Correct. And this aspiration is seen as highly likely to succeed.
Why?
Because, one, everyone already shares the ideal of creating world peace. There's common ground. And two, the core teaching is that everyone has the Dhammakaya, the Buddha, within them.
Making the practice universally accessible.
Exactly. It transcends specific religions or backgrounds because the potential is seen as inherent in everyone.
This raises that big question again, leadership. What actually makes someone a leader, a president, prime minister, minister, according to these sources?
It comes down to merit again, but specifically the unequal accumulation of merit. It's not just about having merit, but the differences in how it's accumulated.
Okay. What factors make the difference?
Several things. The purity of offerings. Remember the female leader and the looted goods.
Right. Pure means versus impure means.
The sheer quantity and consistency of merit. Are you doing it regularly or just now and then?
Makes sense.
Whether it's performed with sincere joy. Your state of mind matters.
Okay. Not just going through the motions.
Exactly. And whether you involve others, inspiring them to join in, or just act alone, collective merit seems more powerful for leadership roles.
So if someone listening aspires to be a leader in any capacity, what's the key takeaway? What should they do?
Well, the sources are pretty direct. The key is to continuously perform all 10 types of merit. Be consistent across the board.
Okay.
Make a clear vow to be a leader in every life. Set that intention strongly.
A conscious vow.
Yes. And importantly, ask yourself the hard question. Why do I want to be a leader?
Why is that question so crucial?
Because the source emphasizes if you can't answer that clearly for yourself, maybe you shouldn't seek leadership.
Oof. Tough love.
It really frames leadership as service. It should be about alleviating suffering and fostering happiness for others.
Not about personal power or gain.
Exactly. That seems to be the core message for aspiring leaders in this context.
Wow. What an incredible deep dive this has been, really exploring the interconnectedness of everything.
It really covers a lot of ground, doesn't it?
From just the simple act of smiling, all the way to the profound impact of past karma on, well, everything happening now.
Yeah, seeing how every thought, every word, every deed is described as rippling through time and space. It's a big perspective shift.
It is. And the crucial takeaway seems to be, our choices aren't just about us, are they?
Not at all. They're threads in this huge, grand tapestry of global well-being. Our individual actions matter collectively.
And world peace. It's not necessarily about big summits or armies, according to this.
No, the sources suggest it really begins with inner peace. Achieved through those simple, consistent practices we talked about, like stilling the mind.
Start within to change the without.
That seems to be the essence of it.
So as you listening, reflect on these stories, the power of merit, the lessons of karma, these deep connections across lifetimes. Here's maybe a provocative thought to leave you with. If we truly are the architects of our own destinies, as these sources suggest, and if our inner peace really can contribute to world peace, then what will you design for your life and maybe for the world starting today?
A powerful question to ponder.
Indeed. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive.
Thank you.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep connecting.
And keep cultivating that inner light.